The universe doesn't whisper warnings forever. When it strikes loud. They mocked the silence, thinking it was weakness. They laughed while throwing stones, never realizing they were building your throne. They didn't fear the storm because they thought they controlled it. But now the sky has changed, and what's coming for them is far bigger than you. It's the universe collecting every debt they swore they'd never pay. You didn't have to lift a hand. The universe saw it all. And now the snakes that slithered in shadows, poisoning your name and plotting your fall, are about to get burned by the very fire they lit. This isn't just payback. It's correction. It's the natural balance restoring itself. And this time, it has a bite. Before we go further, chosen ones, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and help spread this message. When you do, it signals to YouTube that this message matters. It helps it reach more of us, more who need to remember who they are and what's really at play. Welcome, chosen ones. You've walked through the fire and doubted your light. You've been fooled into thinking you were alone. But the truth, you were never alone. You were just surrounded by people who couldn't handle your energy. Because your energy was never meant to be understood by snakes. You carry something that haunts them, not because you brag, not because you fight back, but because simply existing as a chosen one exposes everything false in them. It's like holding a mirror to their soul, and they can't stand the reflection. That's why they attack. That's why they lie. That's why they gather in silence and plot in shadows. But what they didn't know is that the shadows are no match for your light, not when the universe itself stands with you. Being chosen isn't about being perfect. It's about being purpose-built. It's about being the one the universe picks to reveal the truth, sometimes through pain, sometimes through silence, but always through power. And that power, it doesn't fade. It haunts. It rattles cages. It exposes masks. It doesn't need to shout. Its presence alone demands attention. They thought they could drain your spirit, but they were only poking a sleeping storm. And now that storm has woken up. You weren't just surviving what they sent your way. You were absorbing it. Every jab, every scheme, every betrayal became fuel. And now, while they stumble through the chaos they created, you stand like a mountain they can't move. Unshaken, unbothered, unreachable. And this is where the twist hits. They were never fighting you. They were fighting the force behind you, the one they couldn't see, but always felt. And now that force is striking back, hard. They called you weak when you went quiet. They called you fake when you walked away. But your silence was your strength. Your distance was your protection. And now the universe is responding in full force. It's not just karma, it's universal order. And here's the truth they never wanted to face. You can't play dirty in a clean fight and expect to win. You can't throw venom and not expect it to spill back. You can't war with the chosen and think the universe will stay silent. So stand tall, chosen ones. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them drown in the mess they made trying to bury you. Because what they didn't realize was this. The dirt they threw was soil. And you were always the seed. And now you're blooming right where they tried to break you. So if this message is shaking something deep inside you, good. That's not fear, that's recognition. The snakes thought your silence meant defeat, but the silence was just the calm before the strike. If you're feeling that fire rising, drop the number 77 in the comments. It's the signal that you're ready to rise while the snakes fall. And now, let's break this down step by step. If you truly carry the mark of the Chosen, you'll feel it pulling you to the end, because this isn't just a message, it's a mirror. Let's begin. Number 1. They mistook a sleeping lion for a lamb. You don't win by playing dirty with the universe's Chosen, because the moment it wakes, it doesn't roar, it devours. They thought you were soft because you didn't bite back. They thought your grace was a green light for betrayal. What fools! What complete, arrogant fools! They mistook your silence for surrender, your kindness for weakness, and your patience for fear. But here's what they didn't see. Your calm wasn't emptiness. It was calculation. Your stillness wasn't fragility. It was the wind holding its breath before the storm breaks loose. And now that storm is here. They played with fire, thinking it was just warm light. Now they're learning it burns. These snakes dared to mock the Chosen, thinking they could dance with deception and never get burned. They ignored every sign, every shift in energy, every pull from the universe warning them. You're not fighting just anyone. You're fighting a force backed by the entire order of existence. They thought they were playing a rigged game, but they were cheating against a system they couldn't comprehend. And now that system, that universal force, is recalibrating, and they're on the wrong side of it. You didn't lose when you walked away. You won the moment you chose not to step down to their level. Because the truth is, the higher you climb, the harder their envy hits. And they hated watching you rise in silence. They hated that you didn't crumble under pressure, that you didn't beg, didn't break, didn't even blink. They called you weak, but you were never weak. You were contained power, unshaken, untouchable. And now they're shaking, because the universe is striking back through the very balance they tried to bend in their favor. Let this be clear. Your forgiveness was not approval. Your grace was not permission. You were simply choosing peace over petty, alignment over revenge. But they mistook that elevation for emptiness. They thought you were playing defenseless, when you were actually backed by an army they couldn't see, the rhythm of the universe itself. And when the universe steps in for its Chosen, it does not come gently. Chosen ones, stop doubting the force inside you. Stop questioning your light just because the dark tried to dim it. You are not alone. You were never meant to fight them on their level because your path was never theirs to understand. They were always beneath the assignment you carry. You're not too sensitive, you're tuned in. You're not too forgiving, you're focused. You're not too quiet, you're strategic. The universe moves through you like lightning moves through a wire, quiet until it strikes, precise when it lands. And it's landing now, right on top of those who thought they could step on what was sacred. And here's the brutal part they never saw coming. The more they tried to poison you, the more they revealed themselves. You didn't even have to expose them. They exposed themselves trying to break you. Every lie, every smear, every fake smile, documented by the same universe they tried to outsmart. They thought their manipulation was clever, that your silence meant you had no power. But snakes always forget. The higher you climb, the more visible their slither becomes. And now, everyone sees them for what they are. Cowards dressed as controllers. So if you're sitting there wondering, why me? Why was I chosen? Let me answer you now. Because you could be. Because the weight that would have crushed them built you. Because the same fire that burned their character refined yours. That's why the universe picked you. Because you don't collapse under pressure, you transform. But let this be your final warning to yourself. Stop underestimating your own light. You spent too long asking why they did what they did. The answer is simple. They feared what you were before you even knew who you were. Your very existence threatened their illusion of control. And now, that illusion is crumbling, not because you retaliated, but because you rose. And when the chosen rise, the snakes scatter. So remember this. You weren't just surviving, you were gathering power. You weren't just quiet, you were letting the universe speak. And now that it is, their downfall is just beginning. Number 2, they tried to hijack a story that was never theirs to write. The foolish think they're the authors of your downfall, until they realize they were just footnotes in your rise. Every move you made looked random to them. Every quiet step, every detour, every setback. They laughed, they whispered, they waited for the fall. But what they never grasped is this. You were walking a road they weren't allowed to see. You were moving in rhythm with something bigger, something they couldn't manipulate, something they never had access to. And now, as everything begins to unfold, they're choking on the shock of it. Because the game they thought they controlled, it was never theirs to begin with. They thought they were smart, thought they had you pinned, like you were just another player on their board. But chosen ones don't move like pawns. We move like prophecy in motion. They saw decisions, we saw alignment. They saw pauses, we saw preparation. And while they played checkers on a tilted table, we were weaving destiny with thread they couldn't touch. Let's get this straight. You were never playing defense. You were executing strategy. Every delay, every rejection, every betrayal, they weren't failures. They were recalibrations. The universe doesn't waste time on randomness. It only reroutes those it refuses to lose. And you were never going to be lost. The snakes thought they had you trapped in a corner, thought they could box you in with gossip, sabotage, manipulation, fake kindness, and even faker loyalty. But you were never trapped. You were simply planted. And they confused your stillness for stagnation. What they didn't see was that while they plotted, you rooted. While they schemed, you stretched deeper. And now, as you break the surface and rise into full view, they're horrified, because the seed they thought they buried didn't die. It evolved. This wasn't survival, it was design. They tried to swerve your path, thinking they could distract you, destroy you, or detour your destiny. But they were never working against you. They were working against the blueprint itself. A layout crafted not in chaos, but in cosmic clarity. They can't understand it. They were never supposed to. Your calm was part of the storm. Your loss was a launch pad. Your silence was sacred. Every mistake was a message. Every closed door was divine preservation. Every betrayal, surgical removal of what couldn't go with you. But of course, they didn't see that. Because the blind don't recognize vision until it starts to materialize. They laughed when you were quiet, called you weak when you paused, mocked your peace like it was ignorance. But peace isn't ignorance, it's insight. You weren't stuck, you were sinking, you weren't falling, you were flying in a direction they couldn't trace. They chased the illusion of control while you followed purpose. And now they're sitting in the ashes of their own schemes, trying to make sense of how they lost a game they swore they were winning. That's the thing about messing with someone chosen. The backlash doesn't come with warning. It comes with reckoning. They thought they could reroute your destiny with delay tactics and drama, but your steps were never ordered by chaos. They were shaped by alignment. The universe had its hands on you the entire time, so even when they set traps, the floor moved beneath their feet. They were playing against timing, against truth, against a current that only flows for the chosen. They never understood that. They thought they could edit the script of your life, erase the good, rewrite the bad, and control the ending. But they forgot that this story was never in their hands. They weren't authors. They weren't even editors. They were barely background noise. Chosen ones, hear this. Your delays weren't denials. Your loneliness wasn't punishment. Your pain wasn't proof that you were off track. It was proof that the universe was making space, making room for who you were becoming. And what they thought they were breaking in you was actually breaking open what needed to rise. The power of being chosen isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's not always obvious. It's precision. It's subtle alignment. It's being guided even when it looks like you're wandering. And while they laughed at what they thought were wrong turns, they were only watching you circle closer to purpose. Now look at them, scrambling, confused, angry, bitter. Why? Because the same path they mocked is now glowing, and you're walking it with fire in your eyes and peace in your chest. Everything they used to hurt you only sharpened your focus. Every wound became a window, every breakdown a blueprint. You weren't just surviving, you were being sculpted. And now the unveiling has begun. They can't go back and undo what they did. They can't rewrite your ending. They can't touch what was never meant for them. They tried to steal from a source they didn't believe in. And now the source is shutting them out. Completely, ruthlessly, unapologetically. And you're moving forward without looking back. Because when you're chosen, the universe doesn't let delays destroy you. It uses them to expose those who were never meant to go with you. That's what this was all about. Exposure, realignment, refinement. And now that the process is complete, the elevation begins. So let them sit in their confusion. Let them replay every failed move. Let them feel the weight of what they tried to control, because they weren't just wrong about you. They were wrong about the entire structure of your journey. They fought the blueprint, and now the blueprint is collapsing everything that doesn't belong. Welcome to the part where the universe builds around you and burns everything that came against you. Number 3. They lit a match in a dry forest and thought the flames would obey. The backlash isn't coming, it has arrived. And this time, it's not karma whispering. It's the universe screaming back every lie they ever told about you. They laughed in the face of warnings, played games in sacred spaces, toyed with truth like it was clay in their hands. And now, that truth is hitting back like thunder. The backlash isn't just poetic, it's explosive. It's not subtle, it's not slow, it's not sweet, it's swift, it's brutal. It's exactly what they asked for when they thought there'd be no price for stabbing a chosen one in the back. They wanted to break you, humiliate you, bury you, and then walk away untouched. But the universe doesn't operate like a courtroom they can manipulate. It's not swayed by crocodile tears or faked innocence. It's pure, raw, unrelenting correction. It responds directly to the energy they put out. And what they put out was venom, sabotage, and ego. Now, they're about to learn that the laws of cause and effect don't care about appearances. They care about balance. They mocked you, thinking you were small, thinking your silence made you powerless, thinking their status or numbers gave them immunity. But what they didn't understand, what they still don't understand, is that when you're chosen, the universe watches everything. And it doesn't just remember, it acts. Let's get one thing clear. This backlash isn't just for the things they did in the open. It's for the whispers behind closed doors, the lies that spread like mold, the fake concern, the gaslighting, the sabotage disguised as help. Every scheme they ran thinking they were clever, tracked. Every false alliance, logged. Every time they tried to twist the story and cast you as the villain while they played the victim, seen. And now that record is coming due. They didn't just come for you. They challenged the system that was backing you. And now that system is pushing back, with force they've never known, in ways they can't fight. They thought they could outrun the storm, but what they didn't realize is they are the storm's target. And the storm isn't circling anymore. It's landing. No, this isn't ordinary karma. This is the universe correcting a distortion. This is cosmic justice, not soft, not patient, but thunderous. Precision-guided retribution. And it's coming for their entire illusion. Because they didn't just lie on your name, they tried to profit off your pain. They tried to stand on your broken pieces like stepping stones. They celebrated your losses and wore your silence like trophies. And now, the very silence they mocked is echoing with their downfall. They thought no one saw. They thought you had no voice. They thought time would erase it all. But the universe doesn't erase. It reveals in due time. And this is that time. Chosen ones, understand this. They are not confused. They are not victims. They are not innocent. They knew what they were doing when they twisted that knife. They knew what they were risking. But arrogance has a way of making fools think they're safe. And now, the fallout is more than they can handle. Because it's not just public. It's personal. It's spiritual. It's a collapse from the inside out. They built towers out of your pain. But what's built on destruction always crumbles eventually. Now they're watching the walls fall around them, brick by brick, lie by lie. What they once used to control others is turning against them. What they tried to keep hidden is surfacing faster than they can spin it. And the worst part, there's no apology strong enough to stop it. No scheme clever enough to dodge it. No mask thick enough to hide from it. Because this isn't about revenge. This is about correction, realignment, justice without the drama, payback without the announcement. And the universe doesn't need your help, chosen one. It's handling it, all of it. But don't miss the message for you. Stop mourning people who were sent to sabotage you. Stop giving grace to those who used it as a weapon. Stop doubting your own power because you were surrounded by people afraid of it. You were never being punished. You were being protected, shielded from poison you thought was wine, redirected from circles you tried too hard to belong to. They were playing short-term games, but your destiny is long-term, unstoppable, untouchable. And now the tables have turned. What they once celebrated, your fall, is now haunting them in reverse. Their fake peace is shattering. Their lies are catching up. Their protection is gone. The spotlight they craved, now it's exposing them. And you don't even have to move. You don't have to clap back. You don't have to lift a finger. Just keep walking, keep rising, keep thriving. Because the more you ascend, the more their mask slips. Your growth is their greatest loss. Let them panic. Let them deny. Let them scramble to explain the chaos they created. Because that chaos, it's not a coincidence, it's a consequence. They weren't ready for the backlash because they never believed it would come. But it's here now. And it's cosmic. Number 4. They poisoned your soil and drank from the same ground. When they planted deceit in your garden, they never expected to harvest ruin in their own. They came into your life with smiles laced in venom, thought they were clever, planting tiny seeds of doubt, insecurity, fear, thought they could turn your mind into a battlefield and make you fight yourself from the inside out. Whispered lies behind curtains, sowed chaos in whispers, manipulated the shadows, hoping the darkness would take root. They wanted to watch you wither, to see you shrink. They wanted you second-guessing your light, questioning your path, feeling small enough to step off it. But the universe doesn't let poison bloom in the soil of the chosen. What they thought was sabotage was nothing but self-destruction in disguise. The seeds they scattered weren't seeds of growth, they were seeds of poison. And while they thought they'd infected your ground, what they didn't realize is that the universe has a way of redirecting contamination. Their words didn't grow inside you, they ricocheted, they circled back. They took root in their own lives, and now they're choking on the very weeds they tried to bury you beneath. Every manipulative smile, every subtle jab, every harmless insult, it all grew. Not in your heart, but in the cracks of their own foundation. And what's growing now isn't success, peace, or power. It's rot. It's thorns. It's a garden of guilt, bitterness, and collapse. That's what happens when you try to curse a chosen one. The universe doesn't just block it, it returns it, multiplied, magnified, personalized. They thought they were puppet masters, pulling strings behind the scenes, trying to mold your self-worth like clay in their palms. They never imagined that clay would harden in their hands, turning their own intentions to stone. And now, those same stones are weighing down every fake smile, every calculated move, every deception they swore would never surface. They thought they were architects of your downfall, but they were only digging their own pit. You might have felt the sting at first, because chosen doesn't mean numb. You felt the weight of betrayal. You tasted the fear. You faced the darkness. But you didn't let it consume you. You didn't become what they tried to make you. You transmuted it. You used the pain as fertilizer, the betrayal as bricks, the confusion as clarity. And what grew in you? Strength, focus, unshakable self-worth, roots too deep to be torn by shallow hands. You became the bloom they never believed possible. And now they're watching with rage in their throat and thorns in their hands, bleeding from the very seeds they once gleefully planted. You became the harvest they didn't plan for, the lesson they can't escape, the mirror they didn't want to look into. Because while you were growing through the storm, they were becoming entangled in it. Their lies became weeds around their own feet. Their jealousy strangled their own joy. And now, instead of watching you fall, they're watching their own world decay. Slowly, painfully, inevitably. That's the price of planting darkness in someone meant to carry light. The universe doesn't let that go unbalanced. They couldn't break you, so they broke themselves trying. They poured poison into a system they didn't understand, and now that system is purging it, with them caught in the backlash. The beauty of this, chosen one, is that you never had to return the energy. You never had to curse them back. You never had to wish them harm. You just grew, and your growth was enough to trigger the collapse of every lie they built around your name. Because the truth doesn't shout, it shines. And now they're left squinting into your light, hoping no one remembers who tried to dim it. They tried to sabotage your season, but all they did was speed up their own winter. They're cold now, not because you iced them out, but because the warmth they faked has dried up. There's no shelter left for those who used storms to control others. There's no peace for those who used chaos as a weapon. They're watching you flourish from a garden they tried to kill. And it's not just humiliating, it's haunting. They can't escape what they planted. Every step they take is on soil they tainted. Every breath they try to catch feels thinner. Because when you plant thorns with pride, don't act surprised when you're the one bleeding. This isn't vengeance. This is consequence. This is the universal law making its rounds. And just like gravity, what they threw down has come crashing back, hard, sharp, and irreversible. So, Chosen One, don't waste time wondering why they did what they did. The answer is simple. They saw your light and couldn't stand it. They saw your purpose and tried to rewrite it. But in doing so, they only proved it. They only made your glow impossible to ignore. And now they're sitting in the mess of their own making, watching what they tried to destroy rise taller than ever. Let them. Let them sit in the garden of their own guilt. Let them taste the fruit of their own falsehood. Let them bleed. Because you're just getting started, and they're learning, too late, that the seeds they planted didn't just fail, they backfired. Number 5. They spat at the mirror and are now drowning in the reflection. You can't twist someone else's truth without eventually choking on your own lies, because this world doesn't forget, it reflects. They thought they were architects of your chaos, masterminds, pulling strings behind curtains, crafting illusions to make you look like the villain in your own story. They slandered you. They whispered poison into ears, then stood back, watching the fallout with smug smiles. They told half-truths and wore full masks, believing that if they stirred enough confusion, you'd be the one drowning. But the universe doesn't play by their rules. It plays by reflection. What they didn't realize is this: the world is a mirror, and no matter how far you run or how deep you bury the truth, it always has a way of coming back around, louder, sharper, and more relentless than before. Every lie they told, every fake alliance they formed, every move they made to dim your light, it's all coming back. And now, they're not watching you fall. They're feeling themselves implode. They thought they could stay clean while throwing mud, but now their hands are stained. Their own energy is suffocating them, wrapping around their lives like a storm they can't stop. What they projected into the world with such ease, bitterness, control, manipulation, chaos, is now surrounding them like a cage. And there's no one left to blame, no more scapegoats, no more silence to hide behind. Because when you go to war with someone chosen, you're not just picking a fight, you're challenging the laws of alignment. You're putting poison into the universe and expecting immunity. But there's no immunity from the mirror. It shows up when it's time. And for them, that time is now. They believed their narrative, believed their own lies, believed they could bend perception and silence truth with performance and pity. They convinced others to doubt you. They convinced you to doubt you. They tried to turn your stillness into suspicion, your peace into weakness. They thought they could throw you into storms and then mock you for getting wet. But here's what they didn't expect: that you'd learn to dance in that rain, that you'd become lightning in the very storm they created. And now that storm has turned on them mercilessly. Everything they sent your way is boomeranging back, twice as sharp, twice as brutal. The energy they used to break you is now breaking them. They're looking in the mirror and finally seeing the truth. Not the version they curated, not the version they fed others. The real truth, the one they've been running from. And it's ugly, it's raw, it's irreversible. Because the universe doesn't deal in petty revenge. It deals in justice. It doesn't ask for apologies when the damage is already done. It doesn't bargain. It balances. And chosen ones, understand this. Your silence was not weakness. Your lack of retaliation was not ignorance. It was power. Strategic, divine, unshakable power. Because you knew what they didn't. You don't have to fight when the truth is your weapon. You don't have to chase down liars when the truth is magnetic. It always finds its way back to the surface, and when it does, it exposes everything. Now, they're the ones in freefall, watching the stories they told unravel, watching the people they manipulated walk away, watching their circle shrink, their facade crack, their peace disintegrate. They thought they were safe from the consequences because they were loud, bold, and backed by numbers. But what they lacked was purity. And purity is louder than any crowd. They can't spin it now. The mirror doesn't care about their excuses. It doesn't bend for ego or status or manipulation. It only reflects. And what it's showing them is a version of themselves they can't escape. And no, there are no more redos, no takebacks, no, I didn't mean to, because intention never outweighs impact, and the impact they made was brutal. You lived it, you carried it, you bled for it, and now they're bleeding from the same blades they used on you. They thought they could rewrite the truth with smoke and mirrors, but mirrors break smoke. And now all that's left is what they tried to hide. Themselves. Let them stare. Let them scream. Let them sit in the silence of their own unraveling. Because the same world they used to spin against you is now turning on them. And the irony. It's not just poetic. It's perfect. Chosen one, you were never meant to break in their storm. You were meant to outlive it. And now, as you walk in your peace, elevated, grounded, protected, they are left behind in the wreckage, trapped in reflections they can't escape. Haunted by truths they can't run from. They tried to make the world believe you were chaos, but the mirror never lies. And now, it's them who can't stand what's looking back. Number 6. They tried to crush a flame that wasn't meant to burn out. What they didn't know is that you weren't lit by the world. They can't blow out what they never lit. They came at you like you were ordinary, like your power was something they could touch, tweak, manipulate. They whispered lies, set traps, played games in the dark, all while convincing themselves that you were breakable. That your peace was a mask, your strength was for show, and your silence meant surrender. But what they failed to understand, what terrifies them now, is that your calm was never emptiness. It was fire contained, purpose in progress. There is a force on your life that they can't grasp. Not because it's invisible, but because it's incomprehensible to them. They don't know what it means to carry weight and still walk in peace. They don't know what it means to have storms thrown at you, yet stay centered. They can't comprehend how you didn't collapse under the pressure they swore would be your end. Because here's the truth. They weren't just messing with a person. They were poking at purpose. And purpose doesn't flinch. It doesn't fold. It fights back. They thought your confidence was arrogance, thought your boundaries were attitude. They saw the shield around you and thought it was just luck. But this isn't luck. It's alignment. It's precision. It's the hand of the universe woven into your very being. What's on you, what's in you, can't be accessed by manipulation or deceit. It wasn't given by man, so it can't be taken by man. And every time they tried, they exposed just how outmatched they really were. They believed their tactics could drain you, that if they twisted the narrative enough, pressed the right buttons, or threw your past in your face, you'd collapse. But all they did was push you deeper into your own power. Every strike they threw, it sharpened you. Every betrayal hardened your resolve. Every insult fueled your fire. They didn't know that chosen ones get stronger under pressure. They thought they could fight you in the flesh, but they were coming up against something bigger, something they couldn't see or name. They were swinging fists in a battlefield that wasn't even on their level. That's the madness of it. They stepped into a ring they were never invited to, and now they're gasping, confused, beaten down by a force they can't identify. And the worst part? They can't unstep into it. Because the energy on your life, it doesn't waver, it doesn't go dim, it expands. And every time someone tries to dim it, it flares brighter. Not just to protect you, but to remind them, this light isn't for sale, it's not for negotiation, and it will never bow to manipulation. What they tried to fight has now become the very thing exposing them. Your elevation is their unraveling. Your rise is their regret. They didn't expect you to still be standing. They didn't expect you to be thriving. And now, every step you take in your calling is a reminder that they lost a battle they were never meant to win. Understand this, chosen one. Your anointing, your power, your calling, your alignment isn't fragile. It's a weapon, and every time they tried to test you, they activated it further. Every move against you was a trigger, not a triumph. They can't outrun what they awakened. They stirred a force in you that doesn't sleep, a purpose that doesn't back down. And now, as your name starts to rise, as your steps become bolder, as your light breaks through every wall they tried to build around you, they're realizing the price of coming for someone protected by purpose. They thought they were disrupting your journey, but they were confirming it. Every trap they set only highlighted how far ahead you were. Every attempt to isolate you only cleared the noise. They sharpened you without knowing it. They became tools in your transformation, stepping stones on your path. And now they can't undo it, can't run from it, can't hide the envy that's burning through them as they watch what they tried to kill become unshakable. So let them watch. Let them stew in their confusion. Let them regret underestimating what they didn't understand. Because while they plotted, you were positioned. While they gossiped, you were growing. While they tried to dismantle you, you were being rebuilt stronger than ever. They can't fight what they can't touch. They can't break what they didn't build. And they sure as hell can't stop what's already in motion. So walk in it. Own it. Let the force on your life do what it was always meant to do. Elevate you and expose them. Because now they're not just witnessing your rise. They're haunted by it. Number 7. They mistook pressure for power, but you were the earthquake. They thought breaking you would be easy until they realized they weren't pressing on weakness. They were striking the foundation of a force. They tried everything: gaslighting, silence, loud voices, quiet cruelty. They played every psychological card in the deck, hoping that something, anything, would make you fold. They thought if they could just push you far enough, dig deep enough into your doubts, drag your name low enough, you'd finally collapse. They wanted to be the ones who said, "I knew they couldn't handle it." But what they didn't realize is, you were never carrying this alone. You were never just enduring, you were transforming. They saw restraint and called it fear. They saw humility and called it weakness. They saw silence and mistook it for surrender. What fools! What absolute short-sighted fools! You weren't cracking, you were calculating, watching, learning, letting the storm pass before stepping into it fully. Because when chosen ones rise, it's not a reaction, it's a shift. And when you finally rose, it didn't just shake them, it shattered everything they built on lies, control, and illusion. Every insult they threw was meant to slice you open. Every fake smile was designed to disarm you. Every false narrative was a rope they thought would strangle your spirit. But instead, you took every thread of that rope and built a ladder. They thought they were eroding your confidence. What they were really doing was activating your clarity. Your strength didn't explode all at once. It simmered beneath the surface, waiting, building, compounding like pressure in the earth. And now, the quake has come. And the ones who pushed the hardest, they're the ones buried in the rubble of their own games. You see, they didn't understand that real strength doesn't announce itself. It doesn't boast, doesn't scream, doesn't flinch. It's quiet power, deep resilience, steel laced into your soul. And when you chose to stand, really stand, you didn't just resist them. You reversed the entire current they thought they were controlling. They wanted you to break. You became unbreakable. They wanted you to fall. You became the mountain. The irony is painful for them, because now, every time they look at you, they're not just seeing someone who survived. They're seeing someone who thrived from the very pain they inflicted. You didn't just take their worst. You turned it. Their pressure became your proof. Their betrayal became your blueprint. Their cruelty became your fuel. And now, they're staring at the fire they sparked, unable to escape the heat. They thought you'd shatter, but your strength wasn't surface. It was source, internal, elemental. It didn't rely on applause or support or even fairness. It was forged in silence, in sleepless nights, in lonely breakthroughs. They mocked what they couldn't understand. They tried to dismantle what they couldn't define. But now, as their false empire crumbles under the weight of truth, they have no choice but to acknowledge what they spent so long denying. You are the force they never accounted for. Because this isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving anything to them. This is about showing the world what real strength looks like. Unshaken, unbothered, unmovable. You're not just surviving them. You've outgrown them. You've transcended every low blow, every mind game, every calculated act of sabotage. And that's the real loss they never saw coming. They didn't know how strong you were. They never understood who they were messing with. And now, it's too late. You're not asking for clarity. You are the clarity. You're not asking for power. You are the power. And every time they try to understand how you're still rising, still glowing, still winning, they're really just looking for an answer that doesn't exist. Because your strength was never up for debate. It was buried. And now it's unleashed. So let them watch from the sidelines. Let them stew in the ruins of their own assumptions. Let them feel the weight of underestimating someone who wasn't just built for survival, but for domination of every lie they dared to speak. You didn't just stand. You became the stand, the line that can't be crossed, the force that can't be moved, the truth they'll never be able to bury again. Number 8. This was never just survival. It was the rise of the chosen. They wanted to write your ending, but all they did was trigger your next chapter. And this one isn't written in ink. It's carved in stone. Let them sit in it. Let them sit in the silence they once forced on you, the silence they thought meant defeat. Let them sit in the wreckage of the illusions they built, the masks they wore, the lies they spun. Let them sit in the echo of every scheme they launched, thinking you'd be too broken to rise again. Because now, you're rising with fire in your eyes, steel in your spine, and a force behind you that they can't name and never could stop. They thought they were ending you, but all they did was activate you. This wasn't just a bounce back. This was a resurrection, a rebirth, a full circle unveiling of everything they tried to smother. You weren't just recovering from the pain, you were refining in it. Every betrayal sharpened you. Every attack trained you. Every delay, every loss, every moment of isolation. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. They couldn't see it because they were too busy looking at your wounds, hoping they'd stay open. But wounds heal, and yours didn't just heal, they transformed. The scars became armor. The pain became language, the silence became strategy, and the strength? It became so undeniable that even they have to feel it now. They don't respect it out loud, but they fear it behind closed doors. You are no longer the one they buried. You are the one the universe planted. They laughed when you bowed your head, thinking it was surrender. What they didn't know was that you were just listening, tuning in to something deeper, aligning with something bigger. They thought you were weak because you weren't loud. But now that you're moving in silence, shaking everything in your path, they're learning the most dangerous ones never announce their power. They walk in it. You didn't just get through it, you grew through it. They thought they could destroy you without consequence, but they forgot the weight of messing with someone protected by alignment. They forgot that the universe doesn't let chosen ones fall without rising harder. They didn't account for the bounce back. They didn't account for what happens when the one they tried to break becomes the one they can't stop watching rise. You don't need to prove anything. Your life has become the proof. Every attempt they made to diminish you is now reflecting back in their face as you continue to ascend. And the higher you go, the smaller their whispers sound. Their control has cracked. Their grip has slipped. Their lies are unraveling in real time. And your light is exposing everything they hoped to keep hidden. Let them watch. Let them scramble. Let them rot in the same shadows they tried to trap you in. Because this is your chapter now. And it's not fueled by revenge. It's fueled by truth, by fire, by unshakable identity. You're no longer just surviving the storms. You are the storm. Not chaotic, but unstoppable, controlled, fierce, purposeful. The type of storm that clears everything in its path that doesn't align with where you're headed. And as they stand in disbelief, wondering how you're still standing, still thriving, still glowing, let them. Let them replay every moment they thought you were finished. Let them feel the weight of underestimating someone They never had the power to break. Because you weren't just meant to survive. You were built to rise, and rise loudly. This isn't just a comeback story. It's a coronation. It's the arrival of the real you. The you that no longer dims their light to protect fragile egos. The you that walks like fire and speaks like thunder. The you that was always in there, just waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. And now that moment is here. You're not here to beg. You're not here to explain. You're here to reign. The snakes have been exposed. The mirror has spoken. The universe has aligned. And now, the only thing left is for you to walk in everything they tried to deny you. They didn't see it coming, but now they can't stop it. They'll never be able to. So, if this message lit a fire in you, like, subscribe, and drop the number 77 in the comments to claim your strength. Share this with another chosen one who needs to hear it. Because the more we rise together, the louder the universe responds. Your time is now. Let them watch.